And there's breaking news that's also coming in. It's confirmed that apart from the air bases, Pakistan raiders' sites in Pasrur have also been decimated. The all-weather radar system for flight landing and takeoff has also been impacted. Shawan, this clearly shows that, like what was stated at the press briefing in the morning, they are trying to sow discord in India. There's targeting our civilians. There's a wanton campaign by them. But India has retaliated. Their airbase has been decimated. Their all-weather radar system for flight landing has also been impacted.
Well, not just the air bases. It turns out that this is a calculated move that has been made by the Indian Army, the Indian Air Force. And what they've essentially done is that you're basically taking away all power to carry out any military action. Now, the moment your radar systems actually fail completely, it basically cripples any sort of movement of your own fighter jets. So these squadrons would actually have a tough time in terms of getting real-time weather updates, which again has its own impact in terms of when the flight actually takes off, in what condition that the flight takes off. So the radar system going down makes it difficult. Of course, there are backup plans also, which perhaps Major Samarpal Tur can elaborate on it, because my understanding is that they do have, every airbase does have a backup system in place. But having said that, when your primary radar system is impacted, then it of course has, it cripples the entire movement, or it cripples the entire formations there. Now, the other important aspect here is that Pasrur basically caters to a number of areas, and that radar system has basically been affected, which means that the air bases which were basically targeted, these air bases and the air defense systems that have been targeted yesterday basically leaves several of the Pakistani cities vulnerable. When I say that, it means that if at all India basically ups the ante, then there is a high possibility that most of these cities would be left completely unarmed, because without the air defense system, our drones can still go and carry out the attacks. Our loitering munitions can actually work out. And Major Samarpal Tur, Pasrur, as I understand, it's a very strategic location where the radar system is, and if I'm not wrong, it also caters to a few more air bases. What's your understanding of it?
I mean, Pasrur Air Base is a decent. I mean, it's an air base which has a temporary landing strip. So they have probably one more airstrip which is fully functional. But you see, the hits that are taking place on the reserve strips first and the main strips as well. So basically there is no room for facilitating any flight that can now use these airstrips. So what I foresee as per tactically is that, you know, all the air infrastructure, the air power infrastructure of the Pakistan Air Force is systematically and calculatively being taken out, and it is a clear-cut message. And once that the panic is come in, that their external affairs minister of Pakistan has said that if India now de-escalates, we will de-escalate as well, because they know the odds. They know the odds. They know it, that what has been destroyed and come under attack is of extreme tactical importance, and it has costed them dearly in terms of attrition and money. All these systems are very, very expensive systems, and if they are not protected and they are left vulnerable, I mean, this is exactly what has happened. They either underestimated the Indian forces by sending in their drone swarms, thinking that we'll be overwhelmed by that. I mean, it's a total and pure miscalculated move by the hostile neighbor. Shawan.
Yeah. So, as Major Samarpal Tur Rhythm was basically was helping us understand the impact that it has when you have the radar system down, you have the air bases down, you have the air defense systems down. So obviously, look at also the timing of what the government has basically said, that if at all there is an escalation, and that would be seen as an act of war.
Yes.
So it's a calculated move.
In fact, Shavan, if I can also tell you, in another major blow to Pakistan's misadventures, India launched missiles targeting multiple Pakistani air bases on Saturday morning. Explosions were heard at several Pakistani installations, including at Chaklala in Rawalpindi, Murid in Chakwar, Rafiqui in Sialkot, Rahim Yar Khan, Sukkur and Chunian. Take a look.